So Galahad is the absolute worst tank in the game. Let's just get that out of the way right now.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Before we get into the video, I want to give a shout out to this video's sponsor, the Coldest Water. Blackout is going on right now at the Coldest Water. Check out the link in the description box down below for up to 50% off random items throughout the month. Or if you're in a rush, 20% off the entire website using the code BLACKOUT. Promotion ends November 30th. What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central. We have a Galahad Basic Soulstone event live right now on Hero Wars Mobile. I believe that it's to coincide the Dominion Day event. Check out the video that I published yesterday about that if you have not already. I believe that once this Haroon's Pride event ends, a Aurora Soulstone event will start, and we'll finally be able to have an event for a decent tank. Now, this video is obviously intended to be provocative, and I don't think that he's the most terrible hero in the game. I think that there are other heroes that have that distinction. However, when it comes to being a tank, that is the hero at the front line that's designed to protect your team, this guy right here is the absolute worst. Now, that's not to say that he doesn't have some use cases. Galahad is excellent in a team where you don't care if you die, where you're just trying to beat the enemy team in 15 seconds or less. However, those teams are few and far between. Very, very limited amount of options in that style of team out there. But if you can, and you do like those style of teams, and you do find a nice combination that's able to delete the enemy team in 15 to 20 seconds, then Galahad is your boy. Now, what am I talking about? Every single tank hero in the game, including Martha, by the way, who is a tank, every single tank hero in the game, Luther, Astaroth, Martha, of course, Aurora, that's going to go live in just a little bit. Every single one of those, with the exception of Galahad, has something that protects their team. In the case of Aurora, we have a dodge artifact weapon that adds a damage mitigation stat to your entire team. Most tanks, like Astaroth and Luther, have an armor artifact weapon or a magic defense artifact weapon. If they don't have a good artifact weapon, and we've already established that just about everybody does, well, maybe you include Galahad for his skills. No, not at all. Galahad's 4 skills are all built around dealing damage and allowing him to do more damage. His ultimate is an area of effect physical attack. His green ability is a knockback. It does some damage and it helps him do more damage. His blue ability is a single target damage dealing attack, and his violet ability modifies his ultimate to deal more damage. So again, I say that Galahad is designed to be at the front of a very offensive team. However, you could probably say that there are more offensive tanks in the game. I don't have him yet, but Cleaver is more offensive now. He has better tools. Obviously, he's harder to get, considering that you get Galahad when you start the game, and some of you don't even have Cleaved ID yet. But Cleaver has that armor artifact. It's not like he's not doing damage and helping his team. I guess the next closest offensive tank would be Luther, and while Luther doesn't do as much damage, he does do a good amount of disruption as well as some stuns, which does help your entire team as well, slowing down damage output, slowing down spell casting, slowing down healing, while also providing, like I said, that armor artifact weapon. So like my coldest water bottle that I have here on display, again, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, I need something that's going to do their job, and I need something to be versatile. So the coldest water bottle can keep cold liquids cold and can keep hot liquids hot for a number of hours, and it doesn't matter what you put in it. It's going to do its job on keeping it cold or hot. There's no specific niche only situations where this water bottle is effective. It's effective in all instances of holding liquid. Do you get what I'm saying here? I know it's probably a silly analogy, but then the question becomes, how do you fix Galahad? You could try and build teams around him, like I said, to be as offensive as possible. This unstoppable charge does have some niche use cases, but again, it doesn't really protect your team. In my opinion, one thing that Galahad could do slightly different but become incredibly more effective is if his artifact weapon became armor penetration. Now, I know there's all kinds of reasons why that's a bad idea. Giving his area of effect damage output that he's able to spam unless you have a Jorgen to slow him down, giving that bonus damage would be fantastic. Probably a little too much damage. And you often see Galahad in Kira teams, those Kira blender teams, and usually Kira has enough armor penetration without an additional artifact anyway. But imagine being able to pair Galahad with more attacking options, sticking Galahad in front of a Daredevil team, or a Kark team, or I don't know, an Ishmael team. Think about giving more of a broad boost to physical damaging teams instead of just the physical attack. Having too much armor penetration is a bad thing. We do know about diminishing returns. There is a limit to the amount of armor penetration that you really need, but having your tank, who arguably is going to ult before everybody else, have that penetration artifact up would give you more options. You wouldn't have to include Qingmao or Elmir or Fox or other armor penetration artifact weapon heroes in your team build. You could include 2 physical attackers who have physical attack artifacts, like I mentioned Kark. Or you could use heroes like Ishmael who provide critical hit chance as their artifact weapon. So in my opinion, guys, like I said, Galahad is the absolute worst tank in the game. He does have some existing team builds, and I know that he's used in some of the highest tier of Hydra fights, but still, that is how I would fix Galahad. Just pop an armor penetration artifact on him, and it'll widen his team building options. If you're not going to protect your team, then you need to have more team building options. That's all I'm trying to say. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.